You're watching PMZ, and we caught up with Brian Byrne of I'm on the Earth, and we're going to talk to him about his campaign of OCDCollective. All right, good to meet Brian.
You too.
Talk to me first a little bit about coming to Peterborough, because I know you're from the East Coast, and how did you kind of make your way to Peterborough?
Well, two of the guys in the band, I'm on the Earth, Christian and Jag, they both grew up around here. Not around here, they grew up here. And then when we started to talk about getting the band back together, my wife and I were out east, and we were wanting to move anyway, and we thought, let's go check out Peterborough. So we did.
There you go.
And we actually really love the town, and like it's not too big, not too small, very artsy.
Yeah.
You know, so we dug it, and that was it for us.
Yeah, Peterborough's a cool little spot. Like, any specific thoughts on the town? Like, what's different about Peterborough, do you think, than big cities or from out east?
Well, that was just it. Like, I mean, for me, for both of us, because we're both from back east, really not big fans of big cities. Nice to visit, but just not for us.
Yeah.
Whatever, it might be backwards and redneck like, but we're not that pace of people.
Yeah.
And like I said, beautiful cities to to visit everywhere around here. So that's great. But I like the arts community here. I think it's pretty strong, actually.
It is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're both artists.
Yeah.
She's a brilliant visual artist. So it was a good spot for us to be in.
Cool. Yeah, we're honestly, Peterborough's super glad to have you here. Talk to me about your campaign, because I don't know if a lot of people know about it, and this is kind of what we're kind of trying to stress. OCDCollective. How did you kind of get it started? Because I know it deals with Izzy Paskowitz and his surface healing camp. Kind of talk to us about it and what your goals are with what you're doing and everything about it.
But initially, I wanted to do a clothing line for a while, but I did want it to be charity based. I didn't want it to just be another rock bag as a clothing line and whatever, And I tried to think of ways that I could involve all the people that I met along the way to kind of help out with it, like an arts community, like a true collective of people that sort of exchange ideas and help each other out, and the way it's supposed to be. When you put aside all the arrogance and jealousy and envy and all that nonsense and get back to what art is.
Yeah.
Being a collective and really supporting each other. That's where my head's at. So I then good friend Jason Wells and his wife Kate, they have a son who's 10 years old and autistic. They live in Peterborough, and he's been a really big help to I'm on the Earth. And so I said to Jason, would you be comfortable if I did this for you guys? This would be our first thing, because he had just told me about Aiden going to the Surface Healing. It wasn't the camp, it was the Toronto version of the camp.
Yeah.
Called Aloha Toronto. And Jason was just amazed at how well Aiden responded, how happy he was. Him and Kate both were over the top. Thought that Izzy Paskowitz was just a real good soul doing the right thing. And that it just all kind of came together at once. It was like, okay, well, we're going to do this, and it's going to include these people, but it's going to be for this. And nothing, nothing disingenuous about it. It's just like sometimes you have a good idea and the heart and the spirit are right, but you just don't know how to connect the dots until you start to talk about it. So that's sort of where it stemmed from. And then all the artists that I asked, like Strombo and Sean Majumder and Rain Maida and Sam Roberts, they're all really good guys, good, great hearts, and they just immediately they were all in. And since then, more people have come out and said, we want to help and we want to do a shirt, and we'll offer this. I've got people offering prize packages, and Coalition Entertainment has been really helpful. They're putting together a package of things for an auction for a radio station that's helping out with us. Everybody seems to really be kind of helping out like right across the country. Oddly enough, not so much here in Peterborough. But
so a lot of support like nationally and provincially and stuff, but being in Peterborough, I mean, yeah, not a ton of support here, but that's what we're here for. We want to talk to you and get it out there because it needs to be out there.
And it's not. It's really strange because I think that I'm from a small town. And I know how some of that goes. I'm not really sure where it stems from or why, but certainly I would love to see that Peterborough as a community, as a town, support this initiative, especially with a local family that really need the help and support. And I do so much bragging about living here to other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really proud to be living here. I really like this town. I really like the people, everybody that I've met. I actually consider them, good lifelong friends. People that I met later in life when you're not expecting new friends to come along that you meet and hold on to here.
Yeah.
So I quite love this town, and I just I want to see that love reciprocated, and not to me. I don't really care. I don't need anything. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I want to see the community get back to a really good family that needs help right now.
Yeah.
And I'll say enough about that because they'd be embarrassed knowing that I'm talking about that. but it's really been embraced coast to coast. I've got interviews to speak with in Vancouver and some in Toronto and. Talking to some people from Saskatoon who are going to help out with their improv company out of there that wants to raise money for it's really been beautiful, not to sound too hippy dippy, but it really has. The support and the love for it's been really cool.
Yeah, I think it's really kind of starting to take off, and sadly it's taken off nationally, provincially, and even into the States, I think, with all your supporters and stuff. But I mean, hometown. That's what we got to start.
It's but it's tough. I understand too, because I think that sometimes when people see stuff happen locally, they question it more, or there's some kind of, I'm not really sure what it is. Because I know that it happens back home too. You're more concerned about what's going on. Let's say in Newfoundland, you're more concerned about what's going on in Halifax as opposed to what's going on down the road. And I don't really know where that stems from. I can't really speak for it, but certainly I know at this point in my life I'd rather support what's in my own backyard, and hopefully it'll spread and we can do great things outside.